Okay, what I'm going to do here is show you how to make a preformed carbon plate. Doesn't necessarily have to be carbon, it could be Kevlar, it could be glass. It just happens that I need to have some carbon plate later in the week in the workshop, so that's what I'm going to make now. And it produces a smooth, shiny carbon surface and a very stiff plate. Okay, now I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to lay it all up on a polycarbonate plastic sheet, which I will tear the backing off so you can see it's a clear polycarbonate sheet. Polycarbonate so that the epoxy resin doesn't stick to the surface. Okay, this polycarbonate we sell as transfer flat material, but it has a whole host of other uses. Right, my polycarbonate sheet's there. I've pre-mixed my resin. I'm now going to try and find one of my 2-inch brushes, paint resin onto the surface of the polycarbonate. This will give me the smooth surface when the resin finally cures. When I lay the carbon onto this pre-wetted surface, it means that the carbon will be wetted out on the side that I can't reach, as it were. Right, so there's my pre-wetted surface, layer of carbon I've pre-cut to the size that I want. Okay, now what I'm going to do is stipple the resin through the carbon cloth to meet the resin that I've painted onto the surface, and that way I ensure that I've got resin all the way through the carbon cloth. This stippling technique you can use with any cloth, or you should use with any cloth, particularly chop strand mat if you're using fiberglass. But if you try and brush it, you'll find it will distort the cloth and it'll start pulling fibres out all over the place, and it just becomes an absolute nightmare. Okay, you can be fairly liberal with the way you apply the resin. Carbon has got a nature to it that absorbs resin very readily, so you can put it on really quickly. With other cloths, particularly chop strand mats, it takes a lot longer to work the resin through the cloth. Okay, so just beware of that. It's fairly easy to see when the resin has been absorbed all the way through. The carbon's a bit of a joy for us. Okay. Right, I've paused there because the next 3 or 4 layers of cloth is going to be more of the same.